Hello, my eternal family. Welcome back to another video. Hope things are going well for you. Hope you are opening up to new ideas and learning and growing as I am. Now, the topic I'm going to touch on today is gonna make a lot of people uncomfortable. If you can't handle controversy or things like that, then you can just click away. But yeah, let's begin. So, disclaimer, this is all opinion based. This is all the things that I know from my experience and from what I've learned. But yeah, if you have your own opinion, you can go ahead and state it in the comments however you feel. If you feel like I am wrong, or if I'm saying something that isn't quite right, then go ahead and fact check me. I'm here to learn, so if I can learn from you, then even better. But as far as I know, the way that I see the world, the way that I view the world, it works for me. So if it works for me, then hopefully it might help you. So as you saw from the title, we're going to talk about consciousness and spirituality compared to religion, and vice versa, which one would be better or more suited for society. So we're going to go through each one, and we're going to let the people or the viewers decide, for themselves which one is better, which one works for them. But at the same time, you just gotta really don't, because a lot of people that, all right, so I already want to get into it. So we're gonna start with religion, right? Basically, religion, it's belief based. So belief is it's a double-edged sword. Belief is a very powerful thing, but at the same time, if you use it the wrong way, you could very well be misled, and you could believe in a lie, doesn't mean it's true. You know what I mean? You can believe in Santa Claus, doesn't make him real. You could believe in the power of Christ, doesn't mean that it works in the way that you think. Or you could believe that, basically, if you break down the word believe, you have to believe in a lie. It's not right? So I'm not trying to denounce religion. There is definitely a lot you can learn. I was raised in a Christian family, and I don't know much about the Islam and the Muslim religion. I've learned a few things, but I haven't dived deep into it, and we're not going to respect that because they have a lot of good morals that really do work. I just feel like they don't have all the pieces and all the information that they should have, because there's a lot more to it than just one part. I feel like religion has been divided, it creates diversity. It's been divided into so many different paths, and you pick which path is the right path to go up to heaven. No, they're all puzzle pieces, right? You have to look at it in an objective perspective, because when you look at it in a perspective where you believe in it, it's biased because once you look at it in that way, everything else is going to be wrong to you, because this is what you believe in. But just because you believe in it doesn't mean it's true, doesn't mean it's knowledge. Knowledge and belief are two different things. So what I'm trying to say is each religion is a different puzzle piece, and it's been made to separate and divide us all. We are all humans. We all have a soul. We are all one, right? But because he was born in Africa and she was born in Europe, and this and that, we're all separated, even though we're both on the same planet. You know what I mean? So I can't stand when people argue, oh, my God is better than your God, right? Or the God that I believe in is more correct. But there's no if you're supposed to be worshiping God, wouldn't you be worshiping the same way? Doesn't matter which God or which religion it is. It's all Allah. Like, it's all supposed to be God. So what does it matter how you do it? Like, you see what I mean? And another thing, right? Because it divides us, right? It creates ignorance. And when you are ignorant of someone else's experience and ignorant of someone else's knowledge and ignorant of the truth that could possibly be held, within someone else, you are ignorant of the truth. And because you don't question these things, you are being led like sheep. And like, I can't stand like the way the Christians like, oh yeah, no, the sheep and the shepherd, the shepherd is leading the lambs to slaughter. It's leading the lambs to slaughter. The lambs are literally a sacrifice to their God. So the way the Christians put it, you are the lamb. Like, don't you see, like, in the way that a sheep is depicted as someone that cannot think for themselves, and so it is led by a shepherd that helps guide them, but it is guiding them to death, to destruction, to self-destruction. I just don't feel like it's the right path, because I've seen what it does, and it does not help nobody. The only people benefiting from these Christianity and from these religions, or from these Western religions, because there's Western religions and there's Eastern religions. From the Western religions is the church, and it's the people. They're all making money off of it. Like, you know what I mean? It's all a business. It's all a corporation. Like, they play with you, especially with the Catholics. Like, don't even get me started on that. Like, bro, the Catholics are evil. Like, the Pope and all of them, like, they are Freemasons. Before being a Pope, before any of that, they are Freemasons at their core. You don't have to take my word for it. You could just look at media. I mean, you can't really trust the media either. But just like look at how many churches there are. They're always in, the projects and in like places like that are very poor, right? It's to feed off of the poor people, literally. Like, take the like, why do you have to give offerings to the church? Why does God need your money? Think about that. Like, say, oh, give it to God, give it to God. Like, why? To support the church. When you need the support, when you give so much, when you it's basically like a subscription, right? You go into the church and you give and you give and you give. But when it's time for you to get that like compensation, when you need something, do you really think the church is gonna be there for you? Nah. They're gonna kick you out. Okay. Now, for Eastern religions, they have a lot of good teachings, right? As all religions, it's like truth mixed in with lies, right? Like, you gotta be able to discern what is good for you and what isn't, and not only to use it to your advantage. A lot of Christians are hypocrites, right? Like, they use the Bible's words to defend the way they act, but they can be proven wrong with that same Bible that they like to use for their advantage. Like, there's a lot of stuff in the Bible that just doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense, right? So, spirituality, or raising your consciousness, it's not a religion. It's not, because it's a way of life, right? It's a way that you live your life. When you're religious, you go to church, you pray, you do all those things, and then you go back to living the way living the way you live. When you are spiritual, it's like you connect with yourself. It supports independence, and it has been proven to be backed up by science and facts. Like, These are things that is literally scientifically proven. And it doesn't need science, but they go hand in hand. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean. Why did I say that? But yeah, okay, so basically, spirituality, you raise your vibrations, you do what you can to live a better life and to connect with your inner self, your higher self, which is basically like anyone who sees Jesus Christ is literally, they're seeing their higher self, but it's in the masqueraded version of like Jesus Christ, because that is what they are most comfortable with. That is what they see as their savior. But you are your own savior. You see it as Jesus Christ because your mind makes you think that. Your mind tricks you into thinking that, but it's not. It's really just you. It's really what it is. You know, like we are all connected from the divine. And any religion that says God is a he, that would be blasphemous, because God does not need, if God is infinite, right? God does not need gender. God transcends both genders. Like we come from from the image of God, right? God is both masculine and feminine. And our souls are both masculine and feminine as well. We have both traits. We're capable of having both traits. Literally, the left side is the feminine, which controls the right side, and the right side is the masculine, which controls the left side. I've seen it somewhere. I gotta do more research on it. Right. But basically, spirituality is knowledge based, right? So it's based on moralities and the universal laws that govern everything. These universal laws transcend everything. Like these universal laws, no matter whether you believe it or not, they're always going to be there. They're always going to be there. You could, let's say aliens exist, right? Which is, right now, the way I see aliens, right? I'm still trying to figure it out, but let's say they do exist, right? And there's people that say, oh, aliens don't exist. I don't believe in aliens. I don't believe in ghosts. They don't need your belief for them to exist. Same way as no one could believe in me, right? Like let's say I'm trying to go for something. I don't need someone else to believe in me for me to go after what I need to go after. You know what I mean? Belief is a double-edged sword. These universal laws transcend all of that. They're always going to be there. When you come in and when you pass away, they're still going to be there, because they were created before all of this illusion. It's all in your mind. It's all in your mind. One of the first things is the all is mind. When and you can even, there's this scene in RoboCop, right, where the guy in RoboCop 2, when the main antagonist is literally being stripped down of its body to be placed in the new robotic body. It's literally just a brain, eyes, and a spinal cord with all the spinal stuff. That is you at its core. That is literally, and that's not even you. That is your brain, and that is your spinal cord. You are within that. You are the soul that is being held within the brain. The pineal gland is the seat of the soul. It's where you grow your mind, and you connect to the spiritual realm, and you grow yourself. You know, you learn about yourself. You learn what it means to be you and what your purpose is. But you are the I. You are the, let's say, without the skin, without the body, with just the brain, right? You are the awareness that is within that brain. That brain cannot, the think about it, the dude was just standing there watching his face being moved around, or what was his face, you know? He's now just awareness. awareness of what is happening around him. He cannot scream, he cannot do nothing, he's not connected to any of that. He can just see and be aware and be in his mind. And that's literally what we are. Like, we are the awareness of our thoughts. We are not our thoughts. Our thoughts are vibrations and, things passing through us that we do not see. They're not our own. We have to disconnect from that, and transcend that. And when you're able to unify both the masculine and the feminine and live in between and, merge that is when you are connected with God. That is when you are connected with your purpose. I'm not saying you cannot be saved by Christ, because Christ, the word Christ, the term Christ was way before Jesus Christ even came around. Christ is your consciousness, right? So that is how you get saved. That is how you grow and you go into heaven and you gain your light body, because you learn and you grow, because that is what your purpose is, to experience life. To experience life in your view, in your eyes. When you are being indoctrinated by these religions that did not come here by peace, like Christianity came through bloodshed and has been indoctrinated into all the children's and all the generations beforehand. Like, these are like, you have to learn your history. Learn the history of how you grew up and the things that brought you to the way you are. You have to unlearn a lot of things that were brought up onto you. And that's just how the world is, You have to unlearn and relearn a lot of things. And I'm still working on it. I'm still growing, and I'm still going down my path. I have a lot to learn, I want to do better. And I'm going to do better. I am. Yeah, no. What? Of course I am. But I mean, it's up to you. I feel like the way that I structured this is like sort of, it's not, I don't want to say biased, but like I've been in like, I grew up Christian. I know what that's like. I changed to spirituality. I know what that's like. And I can say for sure that spirituality is the way. It's the way. Because it teaches you about these laws of the universe and more about yourself and how you can grow, and integrating your shadow self, the dark side that only you see, the true primal urges that you have, that only you know about. And it helps you to learn and to do a lot of shadow work and to grow. And whether you decide to go this dark path, alright, so another thing, there's the dark path and there's the light path. The dark path meaning service to yourself, meaning you are so enveloped in your own ego, where you do not care about the people around you, right? That is the path of, do for yourself, and that's it. And don't worry about anyone else. That is what a lot of these bad people are doing, but they don't realize that they are also a part of you. Like, they like the universal consciousness, the all that is all, is living all sides, the dark side and the light side. Like, it's on both sides. Now, obviously, they're not going to transcend, and they're not going to get so far until they realize that it's all them, and the people that they're hurting is themselves. So whenever you hurt someone else, you have to realize you are hurting yourself. It's all you. It's all you. We're all connected. So with that being said, hopefully this opens eyes for people, or this this helps somebody, get a perspective on what's going on. But really do your research, really learn about your history, and look at things in an objective perspective, not in a biased way. I'm trying my best not to be biased, but what can I say? Like this has helped me grow. Like, and you know what's crazy? Before I was even on a spiritual path to, you know, growing in enlightenment and all that, like I wasn't into any of that, right? The thing that led me to that was self-improvement and self-development. If you are looking to self-improve and to do better, it's all gonna lead back to this, because there is no other way. Like, when you go inside yourself, when you meditate, when you journal, when you create these good habits, it all leads back to you and your mindset. When you change your mindset, you change the reality around you. That is how strong you are. You have to realize that. When you put yourself down, when you weaken yourself, that is what puts you down. Like, that is what gives you a miserable life. You are the person giving yourself a miserable life. So you just have to, like, belief. That's what I'm saying. Belief is like it's a double-edged sword, because when you put that belief in, like, the outside world, and you believe in something outside of yourself, you're weakening yourself and you're giving someone else your power. You're giving someone else your power. When you put that belief in yourself and you believe in yourself and in growing, you become someone completely different. You know, you transform. And we all have, like, a piece of this divine energy, right? This divine spark. If we all come together, we can create something bigger than ourselves, and really create a world where everyone is in harmony and in unison and actually growing and learning. You know what I mean? We can surpass all these issues, this so-called apocalypse that is happening, because we do. The only reason they're able to do that is because they show it to us through subliminals, and they show it to us right in our faces, and we laugh thinking it's a show, thinking it's a joke, but it's really them showing you their plan to take over the world and to control you. It's all in your mind. It's all to control your mind. If you don't have control over your mind, they are gonna have control over your mind. So you just have to be careful. And yeah, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, like and subscribe.